Ladies and gentlemen, one and all, humble members of the TSC family, as well as newcomers, mellow greetings and good day. My very name is TheShadowCookie, and I shall be your more or less well-spoken host for today's upcoming experience. Welcome to Let's Play Spelunky HD. Yes indeed, Spelunky HD, episode number 0.5. Now, first of all, before we can even dare to begin our brave descent into the sinister darkness of shifting walls, it is absolutely necessary to mention that I happen to be a man of both slow pace and tranquility, not mindless rushing and comedy. To make a long story short, if you cannot make it past this take it easy introduction plus tutorial, then you should probably leave now and check out the journey of another famous Spelunky adventurer, for example, just to name a few, Northern Lion, Rock Smile, or Michael A. Fox. Having said that, please behave yourselves, act like adult human individuals are supposed to, and heed my advice. It's all I am asking. But enough digressing, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to unfold the main event, to have it embrace us all. Spelunky HD, you are looking at it right now, an indie action-adventure game created by Derek Yu, and may the Lord bless his precious soul. Within this roguelike 2D platformer, you, the player, take over the existence of a random spelunker who has the following goal: to bravely explore a mysterious system of ever-changing caves, while greedily collecting treasure, courageously saving damsels, and cunningly dodging traps. However, beware, foolish mortals. Death lurks around every corner and will consume plenty of innocent lives. Such is the way of Spelunky, first released as freeware for Microsoft Windows back in 2008, then re-released as a commercial HD title for Xbox 360, aka Xbox Live Arcade, and finally brought back to PC on Steam in all of its HD glory. Very well then, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin. Gonna take a look at them player stats. As you can see, I already happen to own a save file with plenty of demises, 107, good god, and only one puny successful attempt. But that's alright, quite alright. After all, he who does not honor the 1% is not worth the other 99, not by any means. Those shenanigans are of course neither here nor there, which is why I shall delete this file. No worries, already made a backup, in order to start off a fresh and new experience void of existing times, deaths, as well as journal entries and etc. 3, 2, 1. This will reset your save game file, including all statistics and yada 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 yada, shortcuts, journal entries, and characters. Do you really want to do this? Are you sure? Why, of course, angry-looking deity, I am quite certain of my decision. Or about it, whatever. Are you really sure? This is your final warning, foolish creature of flesh and bone? Do I need to shove it down your freaking throat? The statement, the letter, with words on it, black on white. I want to delete it, thank you very much. There, finally, it is done. I have been cleansed, have been purified, am a new man, and have yet to taste the bitter flavor of defeat. Marvelous. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, only one more step is necessary to enter the ever-shifting caves at long last, selecting a proper character, aka Spelunker. You can select from a variety of options, and by variety I of course mean free in total, adventure, daily challenge or deathmatch. Well, I lack the friends to play local deathmatch, that is certainly a shame. And what about the daily challenge? Oh, I've already played today's challenge. Well, maybe we'll get another chance tomorrow or in the nearby future. Getting back on track, the adventure it awaits. Embark on a quest for Olmec's legendary treasure. But who could Olmec be? Oh, that name, it is bewitching my thoughts so very much that I cannot talk properly anymore. Who could Olmec be? Only time will tell. Getting back on track though, for the second time already I believe, choose your adventurer. 4 individuals are currently available, as you can see, this very Indiana Jones wannabe, the main character as well. The red guy in the equally red turban, who is not red at all except of course his turban. The green ribbon wearing female person who I guess just thought to herself one day, I'd like to examine random caves in search of treasure. And last but not least, the blue-headed yellow stash. I like this guy a lot, but not as much as the protagonist, mind you. Which is why he shall be my choice for today. Yes, indeed, I shall choose the obvious protagonist, chosen hero, Indiana Jones wannabe, Iowa Jack, primarily for the sake of why the hell not. Be brave now, good sir, the system of ever-changing caves awaits. Well now, this appears to be it. Finally, I have discovered them at long, long last. The entrance to the system of ever-changing caves, yes indeed. The legendary treasure is supposedly hidden here, along with an angry deity known as Olmec, or so the legends have been telling me again and again and again over the course of my studies. But oh my, it is quite dark in here. Well, this is certainly a massive stone door with a equally massive looking keyhole, but how must one open it? How could one possibly dare to enter? There are no inscriptions, no signs, just weird, I wouldn't say drawings, but engravements in the wall of gods and circles, apparently. How interesting. Gonna take this with me, because after all, a spelunker is always in need of light. No key, but instead a glowing book, eh? Appears to be a journal. Oh, was somebody else here before me? I wonder who left this behind. Well, only one way to find out. Gonna work them visual sensors, aka organic eyeballs of mine. You picked up a journal. Press back to open it. Yes, indeed. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am currently playing Spelunky with my trustworthy Xbox 360 controller. A red journal. The crimson color of blood with some scratches on it. Oh, this has been here for some time already. I can already tell. Did I just say already 2 times in a row? This has been here some time ago already some time. What? I am losing it down here. what do we have here? Here, said that 2 times in a row as well, god damn it. A, Eastern-looking fella, it seems. Greetings, my name is Yang, and this is my kind of racist-sounding accent. Why am I using it anyway? And this is my journal. Dusty maps and rumors of amazing treasure have led me here, deep under the desert. There's something very strange about this place. The layout seems to change all the time. I've never seen the same room twice. It could be the legendary Curse of Olmec, the one they say traps people inside the caves forever. I push the idea out of my mind and focus on the treasure instead. If I master the basics of movement and combat, I know I'll leave here a rich man. Welcome to the tutorial section 1 of Spelunky HD, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed, this happens to be the gameplay. Also, this happens to be Yang, and it looks like we'll need to accompany him through this section of the ever-changing caves. Very well then, time to get a move on. After all, we want to experience the full game, not just the tutorial. Is that right? We can move both towards the left and right, rather self-explanatory. We can also jump to, for example, gain ground, yeah, to ascend, and collect precious gold. Speaking of, one of the primary aspects of Spelunky happens to be collect that gold, collect all of the treasures, because treasures are rather valuable and serve a variety of more or less important purposes. Ah, take that, evil snake. A journal entry has been added, eh? Gonna take a look at that in a second. And yes, by the way, I am just gonna take my time here. This is after all only the Virgin Flight episode, mind you, the very tutorial, no need to rush things. Ah yes, of course, we can also run. That should speed things up a little. Running, very risky, but also very useful. Ah! As you can see, it'll allow us to reach a greater variety of areas. This happens to be a ruby worth 1,600. I approve of that. I approve of that. Value indeed. Oh, them nasty green critters. Serpents everywhere. There appears to be something above me, but how could I possibly get there? Why? By abusing this old ladder, perhaps? Rather self-explanatory as well, simply push the stick up or down to use it. Voila! Ha! You can also hang on to ledges like this. Or run off a ledge and then hold on to one in front of yourself. Here! Everything is looking good so far. Dance for me, vermin! Ha 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 ha! Succumb to the almighty power of the vampire killer is what I would love to call it, but no, just an ordinary whip. Quite the deadly tool though, since it can dispose of small creatures with ease. Another fine example. And you will gaze upon its existence again, and again. Oh, but what are these? Deadly spikes of doom? Falling onto these will spell out instant death, ladies and gentlemen. Which is why you should always be careful. Don't just jump into a pit without knowing what's at the bottom. It is thankfully possible to just walk through them like this. Logically, makes sense. Take this, demonic fiend, terrible abomination, and we have made it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this happens to be the very exit of the tutorial section number 1. Beautiful. A word of advice though, within the actual game, you cannot allow yourself to take this much time to finish up a floor. And why exactly? Well, let's just say that every single floor has an invisible timer of about 2.5 minutes counting down, and once that timer reaches 0, well, something is gonna happen, something dangerous that'll try to chase you away. And thus the adventures of Yang continue. The journey has been more difficult than I expected. I've fallen in spike pits, stepped into traps, and been attacked by monsters. Yet, no matter what happens, I always wake up at the entrance to the mines. It's like death itself has lost its way down here. Despite the eeriness of these events, I remain focused on the task at hand. Eagerly, I press on, pursuing my fame and fortune. That's the spirit, good sir. Never cease to advance into the darkness. Welcome to the second tutorial section of Spelunky HD, one and all, starting off with some more spike pits of instant death. Thankfully, you can just like that jump over their existences. Oh, the ancient techniques of jumping saving my bacon once again. Moving on. Praise be to Mario, being able to squish them enemies with the weight of my body, so painful. This, however, happens to be a somewhat ridiculous discovery. Only now they are trying to teach me how to efficiently use the whip? Come on now, I've been slaughtering creatures with this ever since I was a child. Well, alright, I'll give them that. They are at least trying to teach me that you can break other things as well. For example, them wooden boxes here. Or wooden crates, whichever name you prefer. What do we have inside though? Ooh, a journal entry plus 3 bombs. And some more. 6 bombs for the price of 0. Handy little tools of mass destruction that you shall see in action very soon. Here we've got a basic red chest. You can find them all over the place. Once whipped, it shall release a random amount of both small and large gemstones. And seriously, who is gonna complain about free money? That's correct, nobody. All the riches in the world shall be mine, and you too, bat, shall fall prey to my whip. That is correct, ladies and gentlemen. We've encountered a new type of enemy creature, the purple winged shadow of the night. Because every single goddamn video game out there needs to have bats. Very well then, it is time to show off them black spheres of excitement. Push down and press B to ignite a bomb, then run! Unless you wish to suffer fatal injuries in the process, / get turned into a bloody corpse as a result of the detonation. And it seems that we've just obtained the second of our primary resources. This time not bombs, but instead ropes. Deploying them is as simplistic as launching a nuclear bomb. Just push the button and bingo. Into the air it goes. Also works while hanging down from a ledge, only then it'll descend rather than ascend towards the skies. A rather delightful makeshift ladder for all kinds of situations. Both bombs and ropes are incredibly important, the A and O of any good spelunker, and believe me when I say that running out of either of them is never a good sign. For example, I accidentally fell down here. How to get back up? By abusing the assistance of a rope, of course. Bottom line, if you have no ropes or bombs left, you should probably start thinking about making your legacy. Or creating it. In any case, we found ourselves an ancient vase here. What to do with it? Take it to a museum? Nah, could be something of value inside. Unfortunately, in this case there wasn't. There, however, can be something inside random vases. For example, gems. Yes, I know I should probably feel a little guilty about destroying all of them old structures, but then again, feeling guilty won't quite pay the rent or fill my pockets with money. Just saying. A running start should allow me to cross this pit. Didn't I learn this already? Yes, I did. Trying to teach me one and the same thing over and over and over. Silly game. If I keep running, I might be able to run across these, 1 square sized gaps without having to fear for my survival. Yeah! It works, can you believe it? Aha! No treasure is safe. Wow. 3 boxes in a row? That's amazing! So many bombs! Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, within the actual game, you will never come across so many bombs within one and the same spot. And if you do, well, it is probably one of the most lucky of discoveries in the history of human existences. I caught a glimpse of a lush paradise the other day at the end of the mines. How could such a place exist so far underground, and what lies beyond? Cave merchants speak of even more fabulous sights further below, ancient ruins and cities made of gold. The very idea makes my restless heart beat faster. Cities made of gold, eh? That certainly sounds both exciting as well as intriguing. Unfortunately, we are still far, far away from discovering any golden cities. Instead, it still happens to be our task to dig through the dirt in search of gemstones and gold ingots. At least I am a kind-hearted fellow who can't even hurt a fly. New game mechanic, one and all. Our spelunker, in this case Yang, can pick up random objects, carry them, and also throw them. Very, very useful to, for example, well, cause collateral damage to take place. Seriously though, be careful. They might make useful projectiles, but can also come flying back at you and cause massive amounts of damage to take place in an instant. Holding down for a few seconds can allow you to see into the next dimension. No, just kidding, it merely scrolls down the screen and thus allows you to perhaps scout ahead to plan your approach. Wah! You bastard! Biting me like that, how dare you? As punishment you served as my spring to reach the upper platform, thank you very much. That worked out in my favor. Not 100% in my favor, mind you, but still, got the job done. And 3 points of health are still more than enough to proceed. Well, welcome to Kevin's General Store, located all the way underground in the middle of nowhere. Certainly the phenomenon of the century, but yes indeed, there happen to be shops within Spelunky, ladies and gentlemen, where you can exchange your hardly earned coins for rather lovely items. This fella, however, has nothing I need. Goodbye, see you later. Hint hint, ladies and gentlemen, it is possible to steal from the shopkeepers, yes indeed. However, you really don't want to, and why exactly? Let's just say the consequences for stealing can be rather dire, to say the least. What could be up here? Of course, more bats desiring to chew away on my precious, precious skin. Not today though, no thank you. Give me those gold ingots, give me the treasure, give me the defusal of that arrow trap. Oh my, do you see that weird head-shaped block, ladies and gentlemen? That happens to be an arrow trap. If you move past it, it fires away its arrow that'll cause 2 points of damage to take place. Thankfully, it can be defused rather easily by simply throwing something else in front of it. Works with enemies as well. And my reward for getting rid of this contraption? A small golden statue? I don't think anybody will mind if I just steal this away. Of course they won't, because I am the only goddamn living soul down here, except the shopkeepers, of course. This happens to be the golden idol, ladies and gentlemen. You can either bring it to the exit or sell it for a rather large amount of money. Take this off my hands, please. 5,000. Excellent. However, ladies and gentlemen, do not think that it'll always be this simplistic to steal away an idol. Let's just say that certain old guardians won't feel too pleased about you desiring to yank away their precious, precious personal belongings, and they'll punish you for it, alright. Ooh, but who, who happens to be this fine, lovely, young blonde-haired lady in a red dress? Are you here all by yourself, miss? I happen to be Yang, and I could become your savior in exchange for perhaps a kiss on the cheek, maybe even the mouth. And if that doesn't work out for you, well, then I guess I can just knock you out and take you with me. I'll stop that. Getting back on track though, this happens to be a random damsel, and what can you do with them damsels besides carry them? Well, they serve a variety of purposes. Most importantly, oh god, you should protect them! Ah, save me, woman! Well, darling, sorry, didn't mean to impale you. Oh Christ, I hope at least that she was a wanted war criminal or something. I'd feel better about myself then. In any case, where was I? Ah yes, secondly, damsels. Protecting them sounds kind and just, but escorting them to the exit of a floor will yield 1 additional point of health. There are of course other ways to obtain health as well as other purposes for damsels, for example throwing them, but those who desire easy health should always save them. Isn't that right, dead woman? Careful. Would be really unfortunate to die now after having overcome all of them challenges. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the Spelunky tutorial. Now you know all of the basics there are to know. Time to get a move on, Mr. Yang. To whomever holds this journal, I hope you find it useful. It served me well, but I no longer need it. I am descending into the caves for what I hope is the last time. I won't return until I've escaped with the ultimate treasure. Or are there even greater delights to be discovered? Well, there's only one way to find out. Take this key. It will open the entrance to the mines. Follow me if you dare. Happy exploring. Signed, Yang, the brave, lone explorer aka Spelunker known as Yang. He has left us behind his legacy, and we shall put it to some good use. I am right behind you, good sir. One day we shall meet. Behold! What a spectacle! Yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen, the gates to the ever-shifting caves have just been blasted open, and we can now feel free to enter again and again and again. Doesn't matter how many times we die, because you are apparently immortal down here. Beautiful. As I already told you once, it is a time of high adventure, of fame and fortune, yet also misery and death. Prepare yourselves. I'll be honest though, I do not yet have the faintest idea what exactly this LP is going to be like. After all, I am more used to commentating over slow-paced games rather than chaotic mayhem such as Spelunky, but we shall see at the end of the day, won't we? Chaotic commentary without structure or proper grammar all over the place. I can already see it coming from a mile away. My very name has been TheShadowCookie, and I thank you all for watching my Virgin Flight episode of Let's Play Spelunky. Please don't forget to leave me a like, perhaps even subscribe even, if you desire to see more content like this. Don't forget though, it's only a suggestion, never an obligation. Signing out for now.